Hi everyone. It's pretty late. Uh, the reason why is because what do you call it? I actually read for 2 hours, right? 2 hours straight. But then the mic, I was messing with the mic setting, and the mic actually did not record. It did, but it was like all over the place. It was like uh, it's pretty bad. So I decided to kind of just throw it away and go back to where I where I left off. It took a big mental toll on me. I was like, wow, just 2 hours. But then I ate food. I exercised, and I just kind of yeah. I was like, you know what, things happen. But yeah, I'm back, and I'm gonna read the from where I left off yesterday. So I'm gonna be rereading, but that's fine. And it's good because I guess I can absorb the information a little bit better. But yeah, let's get to it. I have helped and encouraged my son, Sean, to use his affirmation process extensively throughout his football career. We started when he played quarterback in high school, and eventually I taught him how to do it on his own. We would try to get him in a very relaxed state of mind through deep breathing and a progressive muscle relaxation technique so that he became very quiet inside. Then I would help him visualize himself right in the heat of the toughest situations imaginable. He would imagine a big blitz coming at him fast. He had to read the blitz and respond. He would imagine giving audibles at the line after reading defenses. He would imagine quick reads with his first receiver, his second receiver, his third receiver. He would imagine options that he normally wouldn't do. At one point in his football career, he told me he was constantly getting uptight. As we talked, I realized that he was visualizing uptightness, so we worked on visualizing relaxation in the middle of the big pressure circumstance. We discovered that the nature of the visualization is very important. If you visualize the wrong thing, you'll produce the wrong thing. Dr. Charles Garfield has done extensive research on peak performers, both in athletics and in business. He became fascinated with peak um, he became fascinated with peak performance in his work with the NASA program. Watching the astronauts rehearse everything on Earth again and again in a simulated environment before they went to space. Although he had a doctorate although he had a doctorate in mathematics, he decided to go back and get another PhD in the field of psychology and study the characteristics of peak performers. Wow, that's crazy. I want to be able to do something like that. One of the main things his research showed was that almost all of the world class athletes and other peak performers are visualizers. They see it, they feel it, they experience it before they actually do it. They begin with the end in mind. You can do it in every area of your life before a performance, a sales presentation, a difficult confrontation, or the daily challenge of meeting a goal. See it clearly, vividly, relentlessly, over and over again. Create an internal comfort zone. Then, when you get into the situation, it isn't foreign, it doesn't scare you. I want to be. How do I visualize? I. My goal in life, honestly, is people kind of like listen to my music, right? And I just want them to listen to my music. That's it. Like, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like music itself is, I wouldn't say it's meaningless, but at the same time, like I would want to have an audience where I'm able to connect my intentions because I think that's kind of a reason one of the pivotal reasons why I actually started composing. It's when music kind of helped me a lot when I was not in my best state, and it felt like I don't know, like a tap on my shoulder saying that, hey, everything's gonna be okay, like that. But everything was inside my head, not physically, right? But yeah, and I wanted to do something like that to others who were having a difficult time. You know, it's like, hey, it's going to be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. That's why I want more people to kind of listen to my music. Yeah, you can do it in every area in your life. Was that it? Oh no, I already read that. Oh. Your creative visual right brain is one of the most important assets, both in creating your personal mission statement and in integrating it into your life. There is an entire body of literature and audio and videotapes that deals excuse me. There is an entire body of literature and audio and videotapes that deals with this process of visualization and affirmation. Some of the more recent developments in this field include such things as subliminal programming, neurolinguistic programming, neurolinguistic, subliminal neurolinguistic. All right, I'm gonna reread the previous sentence. Yeah, well, current sentence. Excuse me. Some of the more recent developments in this field include such things as subliminal programming, neurolinguistic programming, and new forms of relaxation and self-talk processes. Hey, it's me. I talk to myself all the time. These all involve explanation, elaboration, and different packaging of the fundamental principles of the first creation. My review of the success literature had brought me in contact with hundreds of books on this subject. Although some made extravagant claims and relied on anecdotal rather than scientific evidence. Anecdotal. Is that how you anecdotal? Anecdotal. Yeah, it's anecdotal, I think, right? Anecdotal. Hang on. Anecdotal. Give me a second, guys. Anecdotal.
Anecdotal.
Okay. Did you guys hear that too? Anecdotal. All right. Anecdotal. My review of the success literature brought me in contact. I'm rereading this paragraph. Brought me in contact with hundreds of books on the subject. Although some made extravagant claims and relied on anecdotal rather than scientific evidence, I think that most of the material is fundamentally sound. The majority of it appears to have originally come out of the study of the Bible by many individuals. In effective personal leadership, visualization, and affirmation techniques emerge naturally out of a foundation of well thought through purposes and principles that become the center of a person's life. They are extremely powerful in rescripting and reprogramming, in writing deeply committed to purposes and principles into one's heart and mind. I believe that central to all enduring religions in society are the same principles and practices clothed in different language: meditation, prayer, covenants, ordinances, scripture study, empathy, compassion, and many different forms of the use of both conscious and imagination. But if these techniques become part of the personality ethic and are severed from a base of character and principles, they can be misused and abused in serving other centers, primarily the center of self. Affirmation and visualizations are forms of programming, and we must be certain that we do not submit ourselves to any programming that is not in harmony with our basic center or that comes from sources centered on money making, self interest, or anything other than correct principles. The imagination can be used to achieve the fleeting success that comes when a person is focused on material gain or on what's in it for me. But I believe the higher use of imagination is in harmony with the use of conscience transcend, transcend, to transcend, to transcend. But I believe the higher use of imagination is in harmony with the use of conscience to transcend. Is that transcend? Transcend. 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 Transcend.
Transcend.
Transcend. Transcend. Transcend. Transcend. But I believe the higher use of imagination is in harmony with the use of conscience to transcend self and create a life of contribution based on unique purpose and on the principles that govern interdependent reality, identifying roles and goals. Of course, the logical, verbal left brain becomes important also as you attempt to capture your right brain images, feelings, and pictures in the words of a written mission statement. Just as breathing exercises help integrate body and mind, writing is a kind of psychoneural muscular activity that helps bridge and integrate the conscious and subconscious minds. Writing distills, crystallizes, and clarifies thought and helps break the whole into parts. Okay. I used to write a lot when I was like super young. When I was in like middle school, like I used to write like pages, and this still applies to me with what I do with music, but I used to write it in like such small fonts. I I'm frowning because I still don't know why I'm doing it right now. Like when I do music, I purposefully make it really slow. Like I make every music to be about 70 BPM. I record it at a 70 BPM time mark, but it's not actually 70 BPM, right? But if you put it as a 70 BPM, the length of music that would be about this long. Like let's say normally, can you see it well? Where is it? All right. Normally it would be about this long, right? On a regular BPM, like 120 BPM. But then if you were to put it to 70 BPM, it goes on like this. Like it's the length shortens. So if you were to have, you can fit in. So what I'm trying to say is that you can fit in more pieces on the same amount of space. And I honestly don't know why I do that. And I don't know why I always did that when I was young. Like I used to write, normally it would be single spaced, right? With I used to find like the smallest fonts that I could like smallest font style. I don't know what I wrote. Maybe it was Times New Roman. Not sure, but I used to do like font 8, single spaced. Yeah, weird. I know. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, like I don't know, just thinking about like my 11, 12-year-old self, um kind of like by himself writing 10, like I think it was like 15, 20 pages. I wrote that for my for this I wrote it for a girl that I had a crush on. I met her on the summer program, and I told her that I was writing a story, but then that day I only had maybe about like half a page done, and I told her that it was like a long, like good story. And I remember just like summer school ended around 11:30, right? And then everyone would get home around 12:30. So from 12:30 to about 9 o'clock, I would be just sitting on the computer writing stuff. It's crazy. I don't know. It's just like, no, it's I don't know how I did it. Just like kind of just sat there thinking about only her, and then just writing this fiction. The story was about like a superhero kind of thing. Like I was like it wasn't. I don't remember it was me. Like it was as in like it was based on me, right? Like it was based on me, but I don't know if my name was explicitly there. I think it was someone else. Yeah. And my friend, I don't know why, but my friend, obviously, she was a heroine, uh, heroine. Oh my God, heroine. What the heck is wrong with me? How do you pronounce that? Heroine, heroine,
Heroin.
heroine. Oh wait, so I was right. Heroine, heroine, right? Then, and my friend, my best friend at the time, his name is Steve. He I don't know why I killed him. he he dies near the end, right? There was something about time travel. I time traveled back in the past, like 40 minutes before I also die, and my friend also dies. Steve also dies. Then I am somehow able to time travel back 40 minutes. Um and then obviously I defeat the great evil. Then yeah, strange. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I this conversation even came up in the first place. Oh, writing. That's right. We were talking about writing. Um, but yeah, writing does help. I remember my head. I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write. Yeah, I'm gonna try to starting tomorrow. I might even do like a writing thing, like a 10-15 minute video on me just writing random stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Just like random stuff that I saw or a random topic. I think that's pretty. I think that's a cool idea. I'm gonna actually start doing that. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, oh, my eyes are hurting for some reason. All right. But if these techniques become part of the personality ethic and and are severed from a base of character and principles, they can be misused and abused in serving other centers, primarily the center of self. Affirmation and visualization are forms of programming, and we must be certain that we do not submit ourselves to any programming that is not in harmony with our basic center or that comes from sources centered on money making, self interest, or anything other than correct principles. The imagination that can be used to achieve the fleeting success that comes when a person is focused on material gain or on what's in it for me. But I believe the higher use of imagination is in harmony with the use of conscience to transcend, to transcend, to transcend, to transcend one, to transcend self and create a life of contribution based on unique purpose and on the principles that govern interdependent reality. Identifying roles and goals. Of course, the logical, verbal, left brain becomes important also as you attempt to capture your right brain images, feelings, and pictures in the words of a written mission statement. Just as just as breathing exercises help integrate body and mind, writing is a kind of psychoneuromuscular activity that helps bridge and integrate the conscious and subconscious minds. Writing distills, crystallizes, and clarifies thought and helps break the whole into parts. I know I'm rereading all these paragraphs, but just bear with me. We each have a number of different roles in our lives, different areas or capacities, different areas or capacities in which we have responsibility. I may, for example, have a role as an individual, a father, a husband, a father, a teacher, a church member, and a businessman. And each of these roles is important. One of the major, one of the major problems that arise when people work to become more effective in life is that they don't think broadly enough. They lose the sense of proportion, balance, the natural ecology necessary to effective living. They may get consumed by work and neglect personal health. In the name of professional success, they may neglect the most precious relationships in their lives. You may find that your mission statement will be much more balanced, much easier to work with if you break it down into these specific role areas of your life and the goals you want to accomplish in each area. Look at your professional role. You might be a salesperson or a manager or a product developer. What are you about in that area? What are the values that should guide you? Think of your personal roles: husband, wife, father, mother, neighbor, friend. What are you about in those roles? What's important to you? Think of community roles, the political area, public service, volunteer organizations. One executive has used the idea of roles and goals to create the following mission statement. My mission is to live with integrity and to make a difference in the lives of others. To fulfill this mission, I have charity. I seek out and love each one, regardless of his situation. I sacrifice. I devote my time, talents, and resources to my mission. I inspire. I teach by example that we are all children of a loving Heavenly Father, and that every Goliath can be overcome. I am impactful. What I do makes a difference. What I do makes a difference in the lives of others. So my Goliath today was the 2-hour video, and my unwants of making another video. I'm trying to skip today. Okay, I'm gonna go in like 5 minutes because I gotta get water, but I'm gonna probably come back and read more. Actually, also, I said I'm gonna write tomorrow, but I think I might just do it today after I take care of my dog. We'll see. We'll see how I feel when I come back. These roles take priority in achieving my mission. Husband. My partner is the most important person in my life. Together, we contribute the fruits of harmony, industry, charity, and thrift. Father. I help my children experience progressively greater joy in their lives. Son and brother. I am frequently there for support and love. Christian. God can count on me to keep my covenants and to serve his other children. Neighbor. The love of Christ is visible through my actions toward others. Change agent. I am a catalyst for developing high performance in large organizations. Scholar. I learn important new things every day. Writing your mission in terms of the important roles in your life gives you balance and harmony. It keeps each role clearly before you. You can review your roles frequently to make sure that you don't get totally absorbed by one role to the exclusion of others that are equally or even more important in your life. After you identify your various roles, then you can think about the long-term goals you want to accomplish in each of those roles. We're into the right brain again, using imagination, creativity, conscience, and inspiration. If these goals are the extension of a mission statement based on correct principles, they will be vitally different from the goals people normally set. They will be in harmony with correct principles, with natural laws, which give you greater power to achieve them. They are not someone else's goals you have absorbed. They are your goals. They reflect your deepest values, your unique talent, your sense of mission, and they grow out of your chosen roles in life. What are my goals? What are my goals? What are my goals? An effective goal focuses primarily on results rather than activity. It identifies where you want to be and, in the process, helps you determine where you are. It gives you important information on how to get there, and it tells you when you have arrived. It unifies your efforts and energy. It gives meaning and purpose to all you do. And it can finally translate itself into daily activities so that you are proactive. You are in charge of your life. You are making happen each day. You are making happen each day the things that will enable you to fulfill your personal mission statement. Roles and goals give structure and organized direction to your personal mission. If you don't yet have a personal mission statement, it's a good place to begin. Just identifying the various areas of your life and the 2 or 3 important results you feel you should accomplish in each area to move ahead gives you an overall perspective of your life and a sense of direction. As we move into habit 3, we'll go into greater depth. We'll go into greater depth. We'll go into greater depth. Okay. As we move into habit 3, we'll go into greater depth in the area of short-term goals. The important application at this point is to identify roles and long-term goals as they relate to your personal mission statement. These roles and goals will provide the foundation for effective goal setting and achieving when we get to the habit 3, day-to-day management of time, of life and time. Alright guys, I'm gonna go to H Mart and try to get some stuff. Water. I'll be right back.